everybody loves a Western. And what's so fun about this one is it's also a thriller. It's about good guys, it's about bad guys. So, Potsy, talk about why you created a Western.
Uh, it's funny. We partnered with Shout Studios, our company and Shout Studios, to make a Western. And so to kick that off, everybody sent in, we sent in a dozen or so log lines and ideas for stories. And the first one that came to me was because of this. I found that the location, and it was a story about old Dan, who that was the original story. And so then, my partner Shannon and Shout, they're like, let's make it about a historical figure. And so it was easy to insert my favorite gunslinger of the past, Billy the Kid, in there. So it became Old Henry, and that's kind of where it came from, is from the location and just trying to, come up with a fun story that, what do you do when a stranger approaches the house and you have to choose whether to trust them or not? So.
Yeah, and I love this theme of trust because it is so timely. We're at a time when we're like, who can we trust? Who is safe? Who is not? Who is good? Who is bad? So what message are you trying to send about humanity and the way that we approach humanity?
That's a good question. I think it's, you don't truly know anybody really ever. I mean, because somebody always has something with their past that they're not going to be forthcoming and telling you right away. It's something you have to maybe figure out over time, or maybe they keep it from you forever. So it is, and in this story, everyone has a secret or a hidden part of them, except for Wyatt, and that's maybe why Wyatt lives. So it's spoiler alert on that. But so yeah, I think it is about, how much of ourselves do we reveal to people, and how upfront we are with our full personality, or are we just giving them the surface and what's below that. So
now, Tim, this movie is also so much about a father-son dynamic that is so interesting, because it's about the tension that comes with wanting to protect your child, but also equip them to handle the world around them. So how did you harness your own experience as a father when stepping into this role?
Well, that really is the heart of the film, and it's something that I face every day as a father of 3 boys. And one of the reasons I love acting is because it furnishes the opportunity to explore the conundra of life in a way that is far deeper than simply imagining, that goes into embodiment. And I just feel like I grow from every role I get to play for that reason. Not because of the physical and mental challenges of learning a part and everything that goes along physically with playing a part, but the more spiritual aspect of living inside of the predicaments of the characters I get to play. And as a father, getting to go to the heart of the issue of what it is to raise a decent kid was very appealing to me.
There's also these themes of forgiveness, of redemption, and the tenderness that comes with the parent-child bond that we talked about. And so Tim talked about the relevance of these themes as well at a time when it does seem that we're divided. Why do we need to see a movie about forgiveness and redemption?
Well, I think that that perhaps the mistake that my character makes in the film is that he sets up 2 walls. One is within himself, which is meant to separate him from his past. And the movie ultimately argues that you can't do that. And the second is that he effectively puts a wall between his son and him and the outside world, because he doesn't trust the outside world. He's terrified of the infiltration of modernity into their lives. And he ultimately learns that he can't do that either, because violence is going to come to your door. You can't keep it out. And those are really the animating forces behind the movie's narrative trajectory. And I think that's really worth exploring right now. especially inside of an unapologetic, very entertaining meat and potatoes Western.